Here we go, starting a new book. Hello everyone, and welcome to another AuthorTube video. As the name suggests, today I'm going to be doing the 10,000 word per day challenge. For those of you who are not familiar with this challenge, it's basically just what it says, right? 10,000 words in a single day. If you haven't yet watched my previous video, I will link it up here somewhere if you are curious to check it out. But in that video, I talk about my upcoming project, which is to novelize a film. This novel is what I'm going to be starting for the 10K challenge. Basically, I have not started this novel yet, but I'm going to be writing the first 10,000 words of this novel on that day, Sunday, May 9th. By the time you are watching this video, it will have been at least a week after the challenge. Yeah, just so you know, it was done on May 9th. The first half of the video is what you're watching now, obviously, and the second half I will be posting the following Saturday. And in that video, you will be able to learn the results of this challenge and whether my friend and I were able to complete it or not. Just a few quick things about this challenge before we begin. The way my friend and I decided to do it was we would independently write each of our novels throughout the entire day, and then we would have check-ins every 4 hours. So we started with a check-in at 8 a.m., 12 p.m., 4 p.m., 8 p.m., and finally 12 a.m. of the next day. Our first check-in was when we started, and our last check-in would have been the final check-in that completed the entire challenge. We had 5 check-ins, and in between those 5 check-ins, we had 4 4-hour intervals of writing. So I don't want to make this intro too long. There's so much to this video. So let's get to the video now. I hope you enjoy our journey to completing this 10,000 word per day challenge. Crazy. Let's get to it. It's Saturday, May 8th. It's the day before the 10K word challenge that my friend and I are embarking on. And I've decided to set up my chapters and just the parts of the book that I'm going to be writing for the challenge. This is Dabble, the new Scrivener. It has a way more simple layout than Scrivener, and I've transitioned from Scrivener to Dabble in the past year. I have a Windows laptop. Scrivener has not updated their program for Windows yet. It's been literally years since they said they would. We're all still waiting for that, all Windows users. Since then, Dabble has come out with something very similar and with a very simple layout. I used that to write my previous novels, as you can see here, Killing Jar and Human Nature, previous novels of my series. I will use it again this time for my new novel. There we have it. My name always gets underlined in red. Anyway, 0 words. Hopefully this will be 10,000 by the end of tomorrow. Yeah, Dabble is great. You can literally set goals for yourself. I'm just gonna set a goal here. So by the end, I guess by May 10th, I want to have 10,000 words and no days off. You can even set days off. By May 10th, I want to have at least 10,000 words written. And we're finishing the challenge at midnight, so it'll literally be Monday when we finish. And now I'm going to just plan out the chapters that I'm going to be writing tomorrow. So let's get to that. I think this may be the first time you guys are seeing my writing nook and my writing gear. I have my blue light blocking glasses that I wear every time I'm in front of a screen, a backlit screen, for a prolonged period of time because I get heavy eye strain when I use the computer too much. But yeah, this is my writing nook, my setup here. And this is my laptop. This is just a stand-up desk I have in my room, and this is where I do a lot of my writing. Not all of it, because I like to switch it up a lot and write in different spots. I've heard it's good to switch it up, and also I'm the kind of person that loves to switch it up to keep it new and fresh, you know, if you know what I mean. I'm excited for tomorrow because the most I've ever written in one day was, I think, 6,000 words, and I'm going to be writing almost double that tomorrow, and I haven't even started this book yet, so it will be a great start to this film book. Yeah. So right now I'm going to just put everything together and prepare for tomorrow. It's 7 a.m. Time for the challenge. Good morning, everyone. It's 8:09 a.m. As you can see here, we're about to have our first check-in. I am pretty nervous. I haven't written a single word yet. I thought that maybe I would get in a few words by 8 before the first check-in, but turns out it was too early for my brain. But I've got my writing gear here and my laptop, and we'll see how this day goes. Hopefully by the end of it, I'll have pushed out 10,000 words. I will be very happy. Yeah, this day, if I could get to 10,000 words, will be very helpful. That means less work later on, you know? That's always good. All right, let's get to it.
Hello.
Hey! 8:14 a.m.
I know. I'm like curious about your strategy going into this. Wait, maybe we should tell everyone what we're working on.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. The next project that I'm about to start is a novelization of a film that a director had contacted me about. He wants me to novelize his film. I already have the script laid out, so I know exactly what I need to get out, like the beginning, middle, end, and everything. I just need to kind of expand it out and make it into a novel. It's going to be interesting to see like the differences between ours, right? Because yeah, but anyway, yeah, it's called Misophonia. It's a psychological thriller book, so I'm excited to do that. Because I already have the script, I have a general idea about the beginning, middle, and end, but what I kind of did yesterday was I loosely copied and pasted parts of the script into each chapter document. Okay, this is like a scene, this is a scene. I might change as I go along, but that's pretty much all I did in terms of preparing for today. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, my strategy is just to write, I guess. Like just push out as many words as possible and then see how it naturally goes into scene breaks and everything. And then afterwards in the editing phase, when I go back, split it up a bit better if it doesn't work the first time around.
What do you think some of the like challenges you'll have?
I'm most worried about getting burnt out by the end of the day, you know, like after writing a certain amount, like my brain just being done and not able to write anymore. But I've never attempted to write this much. I think the most I've written was 6,000 words in one day, and that was when I was at the very end of finishing a book, and I just really want to finish it that day. But this is almost double that. Yeah, and it's the beginning of the book.
Oh, are you saying that like because it's the beginning, there's more figuring out to do, but when you were at the end, you were like
exactly, yeah, like you're in the final stretch, so it's like you're just sprinting, right? But
I remember that feeling. For me, I'm still working on my story. I have planned out 5 writing sessions. So I'm do a sprint from 8:30 to 12. That's like 3.5 hours of sprint, but I'm gonna try that. And then I'm
Yeah.
gonna take an hour break and do a 2-hour sprint. And then I'm just gonna keep doing that until 12. So if I do 1,000 words per hour, technically I could get out 10,500. No, that's gonna happen. I plan a lot in the morning because I feel like I'm gonna get burnt out.
I agree. Like, I think that's going to be my strategy too, as much as possible in the beginning, just in case towards the end I'm like done. When I find that I do write in the morning, towards the end of the day, I tire out.
I've
So that
never
makes sense.
written this early before though.
What's the earliest you've written?
10.
Same, I think.
So it'll be cool to like test out this like morning method. My work meetings start around this time, and when I do work in the morning, it feels like I do it better. So maybe that'll apply here
Right.
too. Creative writing takes such like a different brain process because like not only are you creating a story, but you gotta make sure like you use language, words. That's not easy.
Specific parts of your brain.
Seems like it. Should we start soon?
Yeah, let's do it.
At 12, and we can talk about how much we progressed.
A good
Hopefully
amount of
I'll have
words.
like 3,500 words by 12. Are you aiming for that much too?
Yeah, I'm aiming for 1,000 an hour.
Yeah,
I
me
want to do
too,
it
me
in
too.
sprints too, within an hour to get
Yeah.
1,000. When I've done sprints, I usually get about 1,000 per hour.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's what I'm aiming for.
I feel like 1,000 per hour is pretty good, pretty average. I don't know how people write more than that. There's some YouTube videos that's like write 5,000 words in an hour.
Yeah, I have no idea
like,
how people do that.
Have you tried like voice recording?
That's what I've heard, like the people who write 5,000
Yeah.
words an hour
Yeah.
switch to
Yeah,
speech to
text to speech.
text. I've tried it. I would have to do it a lot to get used to it. It's so strange and so different than typing because you're just constantly talking, and then if you make a mistake, you have to go back. Ideally, you wouldn't go back.
I tried it too. I downloaded this app called Otter. It didn't really pick up everything I said, but also at the same time, I still have to stop and think. And that's what I do
Yeah.
normally. And I type pretty fast. I think you know that. So
You type so fast.
maybe I'll use it if I'm like really stuck, just to like help things out.
I'm always worried that it's not going to pick it up, so I'm always like looking at it, and it's kind
Yeah,
of
me
distracting me.
too.
Instead of being fully immersed in the story, I'm like, oh, has it got everything I said?
And then when I tried it and exported it, I had to do a lot of the formatting too. Maybe it's just something like you have to get used to. We'll see if we try that later.
It's the time for another video.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I'll see you at 12.
All right, see you then.
Bye.
All right, it's 8:36. I got my tea. I got my glasses. And I got my laptop. Let's do this. Works, I might try to do this every week because it'd be cool to have like only one day a week where I write and then go really hard on that day, and then every other day of the week just chill or do many of the other things that I'm doing. Anyway, let's get to writing.
Hello. You want to update first? Maybe we can talk about like how many words we wrote, stuff that stopped us.
I got in 2,000 words so far.
Okay, that's good.
It was a pretty good start. I was surprised at how quickly I was able to get started because this was literally the first chapter of the book.
Oh, so you started from 0?
Yeah, like I literally started today. So I was worried that I might not be able to like get started as smoothly, but surprisingly started well. I started at 8:40. I feel like I was slower in the morning. I don't know, like waking up my brain. Yeah, I was hoping to get in at least 3,000 because like 1,000 per hour, but it was moving a bit slower than that.
Were you doing sprints?
I was trying to, but then I went slower than usual. I went back and edited it a bit more than I usually do. Maybe it's because it was the first chapter. I like instinctively feel like, oh, the first lines of the book need to be attention grabbing. Maybe I had that too much in my head. I think it's a good start overall. I wish I had gotten a bit more in just because the morning is gone already.
Yeah, I killed 12 already.
I'm happy with what I wrote. I just wish I had written more.
Maybe we should have started earlier. No, but I think it's good because I feel like it's always so daunting when you start a new book and it's just like a blank screen and you're like, whoa, I gotta fill all this stuff. So
Yeah.
I think that's a good start. I wrote 2,700 words,
Nice.
but I actually deleted 1,000. I wrote something earlier this week and I looked at it again and I didn't like it, so I deleted those. So,
But the stuff you deleted was from a different time, right?
yeah, it wasn't
So I
today.
think it still counts.
Yeah, just like my overall word count is like 1,000.
Yeah.
My computer ended up restarting itself, like rebooting, and it took 30 minutes for that. Ideally, I wanted to write 3,000 as well, but I think I was tripped up by the rebooting of my computer.
Yeah.
And I started later too. I started around 9. And I was surprised like how much I got out considering those two things. But I think because I outlined a little bit, I knew what I wanted to write next. It was just about like, implementing that.
Yeah, I definitely feel that because I have the script in front of me.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much like outlined.
Yeah. Are
There's
you
this
finding it hard to like translate that to novel, like a book format?
because I have to add so much more for the novel, like so much more detail, in the person's head. I think it's going to be challenging, but it's going to be a fun challenge to do that. I need to detach from the idea that it's a film. When I'm reading the script, it's like I'm imagining it as a film. I have to take that, translate it to someone like reading it. Different elements are required.
Are you reading the screenplay like back and forth as you're writing?
I have it on the side.
Okay. Do you think like reading that and imagining it is also taking away the time to write because you're like referring to it?
Yeah, it might be taking away actually from being in the world in that sense. Maybe that's why it's going on so
Yeah, because like it's someone else's work, right? And you're adapting it, so it's not like fully in your brain yet.
Even before I started writing, I was thinking about that. Like last night, actually, I was thinking about how this is the first novel that I'm writing that it's not actually mine. It's, someone else's creation. So it's like, how do I make this my own? How do I write it in a way that is coming from me?
Yeah. It would come down to like the writing style, maybe, and how you deal with those internalizations and things like that.
That's where the editing phase will come in handy because when I edit, I will go back and I will not look at the script and then I could read it and see if it flows properly from me. I think the editing will be a big thing for this. Well, it always is.
Like separating the chapters. I'm not really familiar with screenplays. So what's your strategy for that? Like, how do you know where and when to break it up?
Yeah, I'm doing it by feel. When I feel there's a natural break, I always usually aim around like 2,000 words per chapter, naturally, give or take. Doesn't really matter that much. I just feel the natural break in the scene. The first chapter broke scene exactly at a good place. So hopefully the later chapters will be like that too. Will go as smoothly with the breaks. Yeah, I basically just feel it out.
No, that makes sense. And are you writing it in first person or third person?
I think we decided on first person present.
But you discussed with the director, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He's read your stuff before, right? So he knows your...
Yeah, he knows my like general writing style.
It's so cool that someone reached out to you to do that. Did he read all of The Boathouse?
Yeah.
Awesome. It's like someone random, right? It's like a read.
Yeah, from watching my videos.
I guess we'll do another check-in at 4. by 4, like what do you want to do and how are you going to do that?
I'm going to try and do the same thing I did this morning. The sprints, like try and do 1,000 per hour. Maybe I'll drink some caffeine.
I made myself another cup of coffee. Probably gonna go to Starbucks soon. But I'm trying to get off of like coffee. You drink tea, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the green tea. I love green
Yeah.
tea.
I'm supposed to write 2,000 words, 2,000 more words by the time we meet up. I might be able to do that.
2,000 more words until 4?
Yeah. I plan more time in the morning.
Right.
I can do that. Are you gonna eat?
I'm probably gonna eat something real quick.
I'm taking a break from now until 1. From 1 to 3, I'll do the 2, like hopefully 1,000 per hour, and then I'll take like the 1 hour break before our catch up.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat, and then however long that takes to do, that's what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna start, and then see how fast I can do it. I'm gonna really try and aim to do 1 hour sprint, like 1,000 word 1 hour sprint.
I just created a spreadsheet for myself of how many words I get done in one interval. So in 10 minutes, like the sprints is like when you write for 10 minutes and then you like take a break for 2 minutes and then you write for 10 minutes. I'll send you an interval link. That's what I've been using. Like it times 10 minutes for you and then it beeps when it's 2 minutes.
Oh, I see. Like when you're working out. Like
Yeah.
Training.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like
training your mind.
Tabata. I'll send you a link for that. It like makes you focus for 10 minutes straight. The timer I'm using is 10 minutes and then a 2-minute break. I have to average out my 10-minute word count, but the highest I wrote in 10 minutes was almost 452 words, which is I was like, is this? I think I was just like in the zone because I was mad that probably the computer was so slow. So, and then the slowest I wrote in 10 minutes was 100 words.
Usually I just loosely check the clock to see where I'm at. Oh, have I written 500 words yet? If it's like half the time, and then that's usually how I've done it before. But that sprint, those interval things sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe you can try for like, it's only one interval, only 10 minutes. So maybe you can try for like 30 minutes and see if you like it. But like the breaks go by so fast. Yeah.
They always.
Yeah. Have fun writing.
You too.
See
you at 4.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, so it is 12:41 p.m. on this day, and I just had my check-in at noon, and I ate a very quick lunch, just some quick food to fuel me a bit because I was feeling a bit hungry. I haven't had any caffeine today yet. I am pretty sensitive to caffeine, so I want to run on my own energy for as long as possible. Only have caffeine when absolutely necessary because I can only have a limited number of cups or milligrams, however it's measured. But yeah, so far I've gotten in 2,000 words, which is 1 chapter. So I finished chapter 1. I don't know if you can see here. Chapter 1. Anyway, before I spend 5 hours rambling about how I only got 2,000 words done, and it's already almost 1 p.m., I should probably go write more so that I don't just have 2,000 words done. I think I might try the sprint method that Kelley was talking about. This site that she sent me, ignore all my millions of tabs that I have open, as reward for once I complete this daunting task, this daunting challenge. Just ignore that. But anyway, yeah, this is the sprint, and I might just try that. So we'll see how that goes. I'll let you know. See you on the other side.